JR&B on it.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Takashi, guys, and I'm here joined today by my boy CKC Entertainment. Which, by the way, if you're not checking out this channel, please check it out, man. He's a YouTuber, and also he's a really cool guy that likes anime as much as I do. And like I said, we're here to give you guys a quote unquote one-on-one interview chat, and just overall just a chatting of brothers to give you exchange of conversation to what are his likes, his dislikes, also what are his hobbies, particular anything, and also he's allowed to ask me any question he wants. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna get the background music going and we're gonna get started right away. And I always like to play the newer one whenever cats were on here prior. They get the older music, but these guys get the newer ones. And also, guys, if you have not subscribed to my man El Rello, you can lease his music for $24, and you can use it for the year. Make sure you read that freaking contract, though, obviously, for leasing stuff. If you're going to use it in your videos, be sure to do that. Like I said, I've been a huge follower of him since 2009, man. His music got me through college. Enough said, bro. I knocked out them projects and that homework like nothing to them brothers' music. So like I said, so be sure to check out his music, and if you want to lease it, it's on his quote-unquote channel. Other than that, let's get started, y'all. All right, Mr. CKC Entertainment. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I'm just a little tired. I ate too much of a big breakfast, so I'm still yawning, but don't mind me. I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's funny, dude. I had one too, but not too big. It just instead of the bagel, I ate the 4 little miniature square toast is what I got after that. But yeah, some bacon, some eggs, and some fries. Don't worry, not those kind of fries, potatoes. So don't worry, not hash fries. You can call them hash fries. But other than that, my man, so like I said, I'm asking you a few good questions, and after that, like I said, you're not asking me anything. I know I've said that twice, 3-4 times to you already. You're probably like, God damn, he said the same thing over again. But yeah, it'll just be that. So first of all, sir, what made you want to do YouTube?
Good question. Long version or the short version?
Hey, I got number time, brother. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I never really looked at. Well, let me start from the beginning. When I was in school, when I was young, I mean really young, let's say 4th grade, 3rd or 4th grade. This is a long time ago. I'm dating myself because I'm kind of old. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I noticed how much I liked things that made me laugh on TV. Like sitcoms and stuff, especially the ones that spoke to me, like Benson. Just different sitcoms, different things that made me laugh. Even going earlier than that, they used to do syndicated reruns of The Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason, and just stuff in there. And everything that made me laugh, I always gravitated towards. So when I went to school, I would use expressions and phrases that I saw people do in the TV shows, and it would make my classmates laugh. Then a little longer after that, Eddie Murphy had just hit his stride. It just came out. He just got on Saturday Night Live. He released his first stand-up album, and he released another one right behind it. Eddie Murphy Delirious came out on HBO to coincide with the album release, and I think one of my older brothers bought the album and brought it into the house. And of course, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and your older brother said, "Don't touch my stuff, leave it," and they give you that talk. And as a kid, I didn't listen, of course. So when nobody was looking, I would go downstairs to the record player in the living room and turn it down low and just listen to it every day, listen to it. I listened to it so much I memorized it. Then I would go to school and I would just say it to my classmates. And I mean, like, I'm like 8 years old saying every line, every word from Eddie Murphy's lyrics. And if you've ever seen it, you know how bad that is. But I didn't care. I loved it. I loved making people laugh. So that's really the beginning of it. Normally when people hear stuff like this, you would think, oh, he wanted to do stand-up. That didn't come from me. You know, I had other things in mind and nothing ever so concrete. But I still like making people laugh. So we flash forward and go past all the things that I went through in life, all of the bad times, all of the depressing situations and stuff like that. One thing still remain consistent with me is knowing that if I had something entertaining, I can get past some of the harder things that I'm going through in life. You know, things that make me laugh, things that keep me engaged, from visual arts, music, and things like that. I noticed how much I would gain strength from being exposed to material that spoke to me, and I kept that in mind. So YouTube blows up. I go wherever I am in the United States. You know, my life takes me through different travels, meeting different people. And when I got to here, which is South Carolina, I gravitated toward a lot of creators on YouTube and the things that they did. And they started to inspire me. Those became the new shows that I started watching as opposed to TV shows. Because TV got kind of weak in the last 5 or 10 years. But you got people online creating content almost on a daily basis that had me laughing, had me thinking, had me engaged and entertained. And just off the top of my head, the Urban X podcast with Black Dot and Malcolm, Tariq Nasheed, when he comes on, he does this thing. He's important because he gives a lot of knowledge, a lot of perspective to modern day issues. And then before the podcast ends, he kind of throws some funny stuff in there just to keep it light. So not only is he a teacher, because he studies a lot of history and he can rattle that stuff off the top of his head, he also likes to include humorous things at the end. So I noticed how many times he was making me laugh, and I started to watch more and more of his stuff. You got someone like O'Shea Duke Jackson, who's very irreverent.
O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Very irreverent, very straightforward, and I give him a lot of credit because he also has, every so often he'll make a video that I'll be in tears because it's so funny, just making me laugh so hard. So those three people have been giving me so much to laugh at, so much to enjoy over the last few years. I decided to do kind of like a tribute page where sometimes I imagine how I think something should go on a finished product. I'll hear a song and I think the beat is wrong. I'll hear lyrics and I think he should have said something different. I'll watch a program and I think, oh, they could have did this different. They could have did this camera angle. Maybe they should have focused on this aspect and it came out better. So along my travels, I kind of got into the video conversion style of doing things. Like, just to get technical, get a little nerdy for a second. Back in the day when the video formats was changing, it went from, let's say, analog to digital. Then it went from CDs to DVDs, and then from DVDs to just regular video files on drives and stuff like that, as opposed to the actual physical disc media. And while these changes were happening, I was kind of trying to adapt. So I had burners, I had burner programs. I was finding out formats like VCDs, from DVD to VCD, from VCD to AVI, from AVI to MP4, and so on and so forth. So I actually used to burn off DVDs just to keep things for myself. And my family members, if I saw a show or a movie that I thought that they would like, I would make them a personal DVD and send it to them. So I had some experience with conversion software. So long story short, I would watch an O'Shea video and I would put inserts into it that would make it funnier than what I thought it was originally. So I took a funny concept already and tried to add things to make it even funnier. And those were basically the beginnings of what I started to do on my channel. I also started to remember TV shows that I used to watch back in the day that used to make me laugh, like Benson, like Give Me a Break, like What's Happening, Different Strokes. There's a few more that I can't remember, but I've actually covered all of these. So what I would do is I'd watch a show, and anytime it'd get me a gut busting laugh, something really, really funny, I would remember it, save it, and I would use that So my channel is basically made
Okay.
for people who want to laugh, people who like to be entertained. If you just, and I don't mean mindless necessarily, you have to have some type of intelligence to get some of the jokes that are throwing around. But I don't like to preach. I just like people to have fun. You know, there's so many people that I know personally, and I know meeting them through YouTube that they cover a lot of serious topics, and I respect them for that. And some of these things need to be heard, so I watch it. But sometimes you get kind of weighed down by a lot of serious stuff. And I heard a long time ago somebody say, "You are what you consume." Like you are what you eat, or you are what you consume. So if you listen to gangster rap all the time, it's gonna do something to you. If you listen to orchestral music all the time, it'll have an effect on you. Everything has an effect on you after a while, whether small or great. And if you just listen to negative stuff all the time, it'll do something to your mood. So I need something that'll take me away from all of that stuff. I need like a palate cleanser to get my mind right, to get away from all of the same stuff over and over. So I'm trying to exist as a source of refuge for people who don't want to be stuck in the mind state that they've been in before they reach my stuff. So that's basically where the inspiration comes from, and that's where I get it from. Recently, I haven't been able to do as much creating as I wanted to, because when I first started, I took like a year off, and I just worked on getting it to look the way I wanted it to, making my edits the way I wanted to look, getting permission from the different people that I was using material from, because I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, and just trying to establish a following. So I made a lot of handshakes, a lot of, "How you doing? My name is this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah." Just like when I came and visited your channel, because I like some of the stuff you were saying. And throughout that, I created kind of a network of different people, and hopefully it's a certain level of fandom, so that people can look toward me every week to see things. So I release stuff 3 times a week, twice on Monday, twice on Wednesday, twice on Friday. And I've been able to keep that maintained consistent. Although the things that I've released have changed, because before I used to release like a 10 to 15 minute video 3 times a week, and that's a lot. I want to get back to that, but having a full-time job, having a wife, keeping a successful marriage going, and setting aside 10 to 12 hours to create one video every day or so, that's a lot. So right now I had to slow it down. I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to say I'm going to do something and I don't do it. And since I began, it's been a year and a half. I've been able to do that, consistently. And it's just hard enough to keep that consistency going. But I wanted to replicate something like a TV show, similar to something that you can rely on. Every week at this time, every week on this channel at this time. I want people to know that, what day? Today's Wednesday? I can go look forward to seeing at least 2 videos from this cat. And I've been wanting to do that. And that's been my intention, to keep that going. So that's basically where it comes from. What made you want to do YouTube?
Me, it's a different story. I have been inspired from my friend. And guys, for y'all don't know, he's the one that created my avatar, things like that. I don't know if I've ever told everybody, because like I said in the prior video, I may have told you all. But he helped create my avatar, Takashi, the emblem of that looks like me, an animated character. He spurred me on and said, "Yo, as good as you're with anime, you should talk. You should say some stuff, because I think you're really knowledgeable about some things." Because he's more gamer based, I'm more anime based. And I'm like, I got a problem with that, just because my gaming days fell off for me, because I was more of a, I'm not saying more, but it was just more so when you're younger, I was playing a Sega Genesis. Like I said, everybody knows I'm a 90s, I'm actually a legit 91s kid, 90s kid in general. But I used to always just be gaming a lot, like just playing Sonic, playing Mario. Dude, love Sonic. Sonic's like, was my gate to feeling good. The stage songs, the freaking Michael Jackson influence from like bebops and stuff and that, like just fun listening to the charts while I'm trying to beat this game. When you got it, and then that motherfucker freezes on you, you have a fan next to that damn thing. You have the memory cards on that damn thing. So like you don't know like the struggles we had to go through when you had them old ass consoles. That's what I say. Y'all young cats don't know that. Like we had to struggle with that shit. Not to mention dial-up. You got mad.
Yeah.
Freaking AOL and shit. Like I remember all that. You had to wait. You had to wait till a certain time because the internet was free at one point in time, and you could not use the phone. And I remember them days. But one of the reasons why there was a lot of inspiration to feel me to want to do it is because my brother spurred me on, and he said you should give it a try. I think you're knowledgeable. You should do it. And then, all right, man, got me a freaking desktop, one that I've always wanted. And then I gave it a test run to see if I could talk just as good as outside the computer. I mean, talk inside the computer as well as outside, because I've always talked well to people face to face.
Right.
Talking online in front of people is a whole different thing. And it's like I noticed I talk a lot better when I don't speak online sometimes, but it's more better because people are in front of me. I can actually get my point across and not be stage fright. That's what it is. I might have like a tiny bit of it, but that's an obstacle I've kind of slapped out of the way a little bit. I just really need to slap it out of my way so I can just be as quote unquote consistent and hold my frame. Gotcha. But I wanted to do it because I want to talk about anime particularly, and I really wish I had a desktop the time I was in high school, because I'm pretty sure I would have had a lot of subscribers at this time, unlike now, because that was the blow up back then. Either you're high school or college, around early. I'm talking about before we get to 2018 and all this stuff. I'm talking about way below then. Anybody would have had 1,000 subscribers or more at that time. So that's why I said I regret not doing it as early as I did, because I wasn't working enough to give me a laptop at the time. So, like I said, that blow up didn't happen until after I graduated college. But it was just the idea of these cats online that I'm listening to while I'm doing my college work. They're funny as hell. They were called the Clouds at one point. It was like they're made of separate different YouTubers and shit like that. These motherfuckers say the funniest shit ever. And like I said, what you say with the whole funny shit, dude, I love to be entertained. Say something funny that I'll laugh my ass off, bro. Because trust me, a couple of characters have managed to make me cry laugh. That's rare to get me to cry in general, but not sad, but fucking Looney Tunes dumb shit.
Yes.
That shit because trust me, it's to the point where I'll be on the floor and I just be like, this is fucking stupid, bro. I was like, yo, you guys are fucking dumb, bro. This is stupid. And I'm saying, why is that so funny? And it's just sometimes their comedy is not spontaneous like a comedian. It's like a build up and then they just say something freaking really, okay, dude, that was funny. And I'll rewatch the whole stream to get that joke again. And just it's fucking funny, stuff like that. And it's just when I came on YouTube, it was you have to have a personality. Yeah. You have to kind of put on a mask and things like that. I'm like, guys, I don't want them to put on the mask because YouTube would feel like work, and I don't want it to feel like work. If I do that, then I'm like, why am I doing two jobs? Yeah. I don't want the separation. Is what I don't want. Have to put on a fake persona or something like that to do that. Yeah. Because to me it's just it's not me. I don't like lying about what I have or flex how hard you are. And I'm sorry, bro. To me, weak people do that. Or I'm not even going to use hood terms. Quote unquote, guys. Pardon my language. I think only bitches do that to me. Whenever you have to put on something fake in order to be accepted about something. Now, granted, comedians are different because comedians actually have stand up. They have practice. They have things that they set up for. And they're naturally funny when they do that. Chris Rock is I think he's funny as hell. Kevin Hart at one point was funny. I don't think he's funny now. Yeah. Yeah, but when you ask me the legends like Steve Harvey, Cedric, freaking Jamie Foxx, those are all comedians that I think are fucking hilarious. But like I said, they kind of pushed me a little bit in the sense to do this. So just want to talk to you guys about anime because, like I said, I love anime so goddamn much. It's a huge part of my life since I've been a kid to where I am now. And the reason why I always say it's your boy J Takashi, the boy side technically is the freaking side that loves anime still in me. So that's what I mean by say your boy. Trust me, when I become a football man, it's when it's that's my kids' time to rock that shit. Right. I won't talk about it at that point, but I'll still watch it with them. I'll do that. But it's just like I said, because I still got a lot of growing to do. In some sense, I've done some things that have helped me with this YouTube stuff to help make it even better. What I'm doing now, I'm doing pre-recordings. I'm working on trying to update this channel even better behind the scenes, me being away, not trying to attend anybody's streams, or take part in nonsense. I never took part in nonsense to begin with. But it's just things like that that makes me want to separate me from the average jump on the bandwagon, run-of-the-mill YouTuber that just does that just to get clicks and views. And I just I don't care to do all that. All I care to do is to give you guys to talk about what I want to talk about, not what you want to talk about. Right. I'm here. I'm always open to hear different perspectives. That's what this channel was originally supposed to be made to do, and it still is. Now I have another channel that's going to be up, and I'm going to make that the sole anime. Nothing but that only over there. This will just be more of like brothers kicking it, chilling, talking. Anything we want to talk about, particularly anime talks, can be over here, but it is more so going to be over there. That's what it's going to be. Because I want that to be the fuel for that channel to get to explode and blow up. And I did say if that one blew up more than this one, hey, I'll be freaking happy. I'm chill. At least one of them got. I got one success board off the freaking chest.
Yeah.
So we're good. But I just want to share like my experiences with everyone else's, and also let you know my journey, the quote unquote a video I'll come out with is called the anime experience.
Right.
What was your experience watching anime when you're done? I'm actually gonna you know what? I wouldn't want to ask you that, but I think I should say that for a video, and because I'm gonna ask different people, and I'll make collages of that. That's what it is. What is the anime experience?
Okay.
Because I think everybody should be able to share their experience of what it was like when they first saw either DBZ or any anime you saw, or Shadow Skill, Slayers, any of the old ones. Because I know all y'all didn't see all the new ones yet. Y'all saw some of the old ones first. We got to the new ones. Honestly. And
I could go further back than that. I could go way further back than that.
Yeah. Way back, like Ninja Scroll and all that. When I was young, when I saw those.
Before that.
Before that, I told people, we got freaking X, we got Gigantor. I remember all those old ones. Yeah, I watched it in black and white. He said, why the heck you do that? Because I used to watch old ass black and white cartoons. The freak, dude. Now, everyone says, well, you weren't born around time, dude. They had them on reruns on freaking Comedy Channel Central. They used to have them on, dude. Check channels of places things that used to exist over there. You'll find them. That classic, the classic black and white cartoon where you had these both little freaking creatures in suits and shit. One was all in black suit, the other dude was in a white suit. Like, dude, that's all there. You can even, I tell people, you can go back to Rocky and Bullwinkle days. Dude, that's not anime, that's just more American cartoon based. But I remember the cartoons. I remember, like I tell people, I remember the Impossibles. So, yeah, number burgers get tough.
Oh, the Impossibles. Oh, with the three dudes.
Yeah. I know the Impossibles.
I remember that.
Fluid Man.
I always wanted that to be more serious. They had the potential to be really dangerous. Them three cats together, those powers. Yeah. But Hanna-Barbera never makes serious action cartoons.
No, they make serious. It's just meant to be like something. And not to mention they're a rock band, which is funny. I like that. They're a rock band. Similar. You know what's so funny? As much as like people don't like to bring up Josie and the Pussycats, I said y'all motherfuckers realize that that whole group of girls are just a fucking rock band, right? They were just a band, right?
Not for nothing. If you ever watch Josie and the Pussycats now, or even there's certain episodes of Scooby Doo, the bands that they had playing music, there's some beats back there. I mean, because I have a sample. You know, I have it from when hip hop just became sampling at one point in the late '80s. I got up on that, and if you when you listen to older stuff, you can hear it. Like the bands
you can hear all the old ass songs. Like I actually like
a lot of beats. Yeah, they got a lot of beats.
Like that shit is jamming. I tell people that that's some old school jamming music. That is, and I tell people like you gotta listen to some of the old stuff. There's a lot of old samples and stuff like that you gotta pay attention to because they're there, and and of course with old, like I said, with old games where they have like beatboxing and things like that. Like there's a lot of songs that I like. Like one of my favorite Sonic is funny because they did a mixtape with Bobby Brown and Sonic. And somebody put that beat over that shit. I say that's the same beat I'm hearing from the freaking damn stage. I'm like that. Like that's my shit. I love that shit. And everybody knows what stage that is. That's Spring Yard Zone. I be jamming to that. Like that's jazz. That's jazz. Like I love that.
Funny? Not to stray too much off topic.
Go ahead, brother.
My wife is she's 11 years younger than me, so we have conversations on things like. I mean, there's a certain difference in the age range as far as like our shared experiences. Some of it is close together, but some of it isn't. But one thing we do find in common is the music that came out before our time and how much we like it. For example, I have a lot of respect for the studio musicians who used to make music with James Brown. And one of the cats' name is a drummer named Maceo Parker. He's the man behind a beat called Funky Drummer. It's a beat. There's a famous hip hop sample called Funky Drummer. And the song is like 9 minutes long, the original song. But there's one part where the music drops out and the beat just plays by itself. That sample is one of the most famous samples in hip hop. That sample is so famous, so well known that, and I challenge you to check this out on your own.
And I'm going to.
The cat who made Powerpuff Girls is a creator named Craig McCracken, I think his name is. Every time the Powerpuff Girls get ready to fight, they play Funky Drummer at a speed up rate. It's sped up, but it's the same beat. Boom, boom, it's the same beat. It's just sped up.
Okay. And by the way, guys,
when I was like, oh, it's fun. The first time I seen it, I was open because I was like, this cat actually paid attention to music. I love that. So I love hearing. So when me and my wife was sitting there, I said, listen, you know what Funky Drummer is? And she's like, no. So I went and found the video on YouTube and I played it for her. And then I said, now watch this. And I went and got the Powerpuff Girl. And I said, listen to the different tune. And she's, oh, it's like, yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's sped up. It is sped up. Like you can notice that. And like I said, guys, I come from a family of musicians and policemen. So I do understand. I love the sound. That's why I love Japanese music so much. I think they're the best for me. And guys, like I said, that's channeling the black people's work. Because I be the old school. I'll say it right now. I think the old school one, the black creations that we made, the old school music wise, I think we're on the top. Personally, I think that is. That's not bias right there, because, hey man, I love a lot of old school beats from a lot of the sisters. Like Anita Baker, freaking Whitney Houston, she's one of my favorites. Trust me, they're just bangers you just listen to, and it's just like I even said, man, my man Howard Hewitt, that's one of my he got one song that I freaking really love. I'm not saying I don't like his other stuff, but there's one in particular that I listen above every other one, more than the other. And it's just oh man, it's just so good. Like Karen White, like listen to all her shit. Her shit is banging. Love that. Not to mention, I want to say something. I was a hot sister, y'all. I never got a chance to meet her in that time period. Shit.
Almost everybody you mentioned just now was music that I heard when I was in high school. Just to give you an idea.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man. hey, you gotta listen to him. Hey, listen. Did you listen to the? Hold on. The Whispers, right?
The Whispers.
Yeah. I like them. I like them a lot.
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady is my shit. And we begin to rock. That's my shit. That's my shit. See, people always say, Jay, you have an old soul and a young kid's body. That's what they tell me. And it's just like, well, guys, listen. My grandmother and my grandfather listened to a lot of old school music around me a lot. So that's kind of what influenced me to go back after I listened to my current generation and go back to theirs and just hear all that stuff like Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye has a lot of great stuff. I can never say anything bad about his shit. His shit is legendary. Jimi Hendrix, his shit is legendary too for me. Hold on. There's another cat. Motherfucker, I don't get enough credit. Hold on. Oh man. I like Mel Waiters, but that's not the person I'm thinking of. I want to remember his name. What's his name? He makes all them love songs.
Babyface?
Him too, but somebody. Hold on, wait. What was his name? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so terrible, and I'm so sorry, y'all. But this is an old.
Okay. Lionel Richie. Babyface.
I swear, it's Gill something.
Oh, Johnny Gill?
Johnny Gill, yes, sir. Johnny Gill.
Okay. Johnny Gill, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he gets enough credit, personally.
I like Johnny Gill. I
Johnny
always
Gill
like.
got a lot of good. Like, and shout out to Mint Condition. I love it. I listen to all their songs. Those brothers are 10 out of 10. I can listen to all that shit. You got me swinging. That's my shit. Oh, and I told people who said you got to name some other songs besides the freaking just believe in us. I like that one, but I know you listen to all their songs. You just tell me that you got to give me some old albums and shit. That's what my friend said. We did an album, not an album more, but we did like an album talk. I'd be like, shit. I'd be like the one that had "Send Me Swinging," that one in there, like that drumming. The drumming is so freaking good, man. You could just freaking listen to that shit all day. Like I said, if you have like a jazz marathon, play that first. Play that first. That'll wake you up. Just knocking out them drums, bro. Or if you like New Edition, play them first and then play freaking Mint Condition. That's how I would do it. I do New Edition first, and I'll say the best for last. I'll say Mint Condition for that, and I'm like, I'll just go in and just start getting my work done listening to that shit. Like it always, like I said, I like listening to the brothers, the group of brothers that just knew how to sing. I like listening to them. Like Guy, I'll listen to Guy. I'll listen to freaking Father MC.
You said Guy. Oh man, I used to love them, man. Oh man, that was
brothers can sing, man.
Those first two albums was ridiculous. The Guy, the first one especially.
I do love you. That's my
shit. Man,
love them.
Piece of My Love.
Yep.
What was the rest of it? Teddy's Jam.
Oh, dude, there was one that was straight like. I wish I was born that time because that was some.
Goodbye Love. There's too many to mention. That first album, like it was almost good all the way through. Back when they used to make albums where you listen to the whole thing from beginning to end without having to forward.
Glenn Jones, that's another cat. That's another cut that's underrated for me. I love Glenn Jones. Oh. Glenn Jones. Okay. Yeah, he's a good one, man. Angela Winbush? That's another sister that was good.
Didn't she? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. Well, you're good. Let's see.
I think Angela Winbush used to date, and I might be wrong, but I think she used to date the dude from the Isley Brothers. I forgot his name. The cat with the heavy looking face. I forgot his name.
I know.
He did a song or two with R. Kelly. They called him Mr. Biggs. I think it's Jasper Isley. It's Ronald Isley. She used to date him back in the day. Right. Angela Winbush.
Well, I have my whole list right here. I have them all right here because I made a whole playlist. So I remember sort of ones I listened to a lot of, and also I just had that stuff on here. Alexander O'Neal, that's another cat.
Alexander O'Neal. See, all right, Alexander O'Neal, Janet Jackson, Morris Day. They all had the same producer at one point in time, which was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And their music, those two cats, their music, you could hear like when you have a producer who has a similar sound, no matter what person they work with, you can hear and you could tell it was them. Yeah, those two cats, they have a similar sound through all of the people they work with almost. And that period of time in the 80s and 90s when they was working with everybody like that, some of their best music. I love them cats. I wish they'd make a collection of all of the stuff that they did with other people so I could just have that.
I actually don't disagree with that. I think there should be like quote unquote like albums that post as in like records or either like a CD album.
Like an anthology or something,
Yeah. I would like that. Especially for like Jodeci. As much as I love Jodeci, I listen to all that shit. Like that, I think those were like the bands of brothers that like really got me in, that eased me into their music, and it's just like it was fucking good. Like them brothers just know how to sing. And besides, I like soul R&B or hip hop, like love songs like those, because them brothers actually singing about what they was feeling. And I think as the generation has gone along, it's gotten me not giving a damn to listen to any new songs, and you might have one good single that's out. I'm talking about like one particular song, but that doesn't mean like all their song is good. That was just a one-off to me, or a one-hit wonder in my mind. So because I'm like the old school cats, they were just on top of their game. So when I transitioned from that music in order to the freaking Japanese music, I'm like, these motherfuckers know how to utilize sound. Like, actually get me to listen to something and be like, yo, this is banging right now. Oh, how? And I'm talking about listen, I'm talking about just R&B. I'm talking about their rock. I'm talking about their jazz. Their pop sounds so much like R&B. Literally, like the Japanese sisters know how to sing.
Yeah, they do
They
now.
know how to sing.
They do now.
I tell any cat, I'll throw in two for y'all. So y'all can't get mad at me and be like, Jay, you tripping. Maze and Oz, come back to me when you listen to all that shit. And then come talk to me. You can't tell me there weren't 7 tracks or 12 or 13 that you didn't like. And it was like, yo, this shit is bumping, bro. Now, Maze, she sings English. She's a rarity out of them. She's actually Japanese, but she sings English. Like, she has some English, like, covers she's made. That's how people, like, you can actually listen to that.
Actually, there's a chick named, I don't want to mess her name up, Hikaru Fukutada.
She's the apex. She's got a voice. She can sing
with the Kingdom Hearts music and all of that. Yeah, she's
all her shit. I got all her shit. Her music hits every fucking thing for me. I don't know. It might be hubris for me to say, but she might be the Japanese freaking Whitney Houston for me, possibly. Possibly. That's a tall order for me to say that. But like, guys, I can't confirm it yet. But she hasn't made any L's that I didn't like. So I'm just saying, like, if all her shit is good, then they should be all bangers.
Did you ever listen to Gact before?
Oh, what's it called?
Gact.
Yes.
G-A-C-T. Yeah. He at one point he had a lot of, because I went and found all his stuff when I played a game for PS2 called Jesus, what was that called? It was kind of like Devil May Cry. Chaos Legion, that's what it was called. And he did a song off the soundtrack from that. So when I heard the song and I went and found other stuff, I was like, oh, this cat got an ear. And what somebody told me, he's like the Japanese version of Prince back then. Because he plays all of his instruments. So he does everything from beginning to end, kind of like what Prince did. And I got a lot of respect for him. He actually did some movies and stuff like that. He has some good stuff too. Although his English isn't all that good, but it's okay. It's all about the music.
Oh yeah, it's all about the music. I tell people, like I said, if you can kill it with the music, I think you want me over. Because guys, I also got to throw in another couple of cats. Tony. Like they got some good shit I like listening to, and also let's not forget Bobby Brown. We can't forget Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown has some good hits that I really like. Plus, man, he made a Ghostbusters song that I freaking listen to freaking like religiously every once in a while. So, yeah, man, like that's some good hit. That's something I listen to over and over. On our own, hell yeah.
They don't do that anymore. You notice that they don't make soundtrack songs for a movie that's coming out and then it plays during the summer. I haven't seen them do that in a long time. You know,
it's been a minute. Like the last one I can think of is like Black Panther, but it's just like they don't. I'm talking about like some other people.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Like that's more in anime than it is in freaking some stuff. Because like for me, pretty sure I was on a stream and I said this. I'm pretty sure I said it, guys. So I tell people, so when you pay attention to all the Pokemon movies, and you have all the old. I'm talking about the first like 2, 3. There were a lot of people like black artists on that freaking on that soundtrack, on different ones. Like 2 and 3, I tell people like there's a lot that I didn't know that was on. I was like, wait, they on there? And it's similar to the Disney songs that I tell people. A lot of people made that song, certain songs. So I tell people, don't get this shit twisted, son. We had a hand in on a lot of stuff. So that's why I love music so much, because like I said, it's so powerful. It pushes you. Inspiration. It's like very inspirational, and also makes you think the very inner thoughts of yourself to be pushed, and also to make you think. And there are some songs that don't make you think, that it's just a good listen, and then there are songs with lyrics that are really good. So for example, Sawano Hiroyuki, she freaking amazing. She's done so many soundtracks for animes, for Attack on Titan. She makes so many. She's one for freaking Kill la Kill. Oh, there's so many tracks. She even did one for the 86 anime that came out. That one particular song gets you thinking about life. And I'm like, damn. Why am I going through a rerun of nostalgia in my head? And it's just like things like that. And it's just like I feel like I generally feel that they actually sing with emotion, they sing with passion, and they don't sing about the shit of we do over here. Remember, they don't sing about like death and bullshit like that. They actually sing about something that's actually progressive, that actually uplifts their people.
Yeah.
We don't do that shit over here. There was a time when we did. I'm gonna be real. There was a time when we did. And a lot of cats, new age cats, that would say, "What the hell are you talking about, bro?" They talk about this version like, "Dude, I'm sorry, bro. You can't name me one motherfucker right now that sung like said shit like old school rappers ever did."
Yeah, that's true.
And as much as I love Biggie Smalls, and that's a controversial artist, and I love his albums and stuff, that brother had a flow to him that I liked. Like I said, there was era of him trying to become something great. I can get that sense from him, Tupac, Snoop to an extent, but also Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
I can, like I said, I can go to all the black freaking artists. Well, only one I never bring up is Jadakiss because I did not like his ass. Not one. You know, I never hear anyone ever bring him up. You know why I don't bring him up either? I never liked it.
Not for nothing. You're the first person I heard say that because I didn't like him either. I actually thought Styles P was better than Jadakiss. In my opinion.
I put Styles P over him too.
I always liked him better.
Dude, actually, this is a hot take. I put Master P over him at one point in time. Master P was actually good, somewhat good. I'll take him. And that's not saying much coming.
I couldn't do nothing but laugh at that cat. You know what I'm saying? It was
I can't look. Yeah, exactly. I laugh, bro.
And that shit is funny to me. Man. I never took that serious. Never,
bro.
Not even his beats. You never hear a Master P song in any of my playlists. I'm sorry, I never heard.
You never hear him on either.
Never heard nothing worth I want to hear over and over again. No, that's not.
Nah. Yeah, and that's why I said that's a hot take. I say anybody want Child to be my guest. I just tell people I don't have his music in my freaking thing in there, but I have other words. I have my freaking oh my god. Oh, what's band? Cypress Hill. Yeah, that's it. Like I like them. I tell my friend that's why I tell people old school. I said you got taste in shitty music because I said you don't know who Cypress Hill is, bro.
Wow.
Like, yo, I got on that in high school. Oh, what my last 2 years when they say, "Jay, listen to this, bro." What they call it? Call Cypress Hill. Listen to them. I was like, "Yo, these motherfuckers good."
I remember the first time I heard "Hand on the Pump," I was like, like my boy Jermaine. He's a DJ. He's still a DJ, and he would get music that I didn't listen to yet before. This is before anybody was really on the West Coast shit. And he was like, "Have you never heard of Cypress Hill?" And he played me "Hand on the Pump." He played me.
That's a good one.
Dude. I was like, what is this? It sounded all crazy. Why does that dude sound like that? Why does he sound like that? It just caught me off guard. But the beats, the Cypress Hill beats, was always on point. Always.
Yeah, and that's I tell people that's another reason why I like the Linkin Park to some extent because they mixed rap and rock together, and it just sounds so good with Jay-Z and shit. Like I love that shit.
I really like Linkin Park. I really like them.
Yeah, dude. Them brothers had like, it's like I can never tell. Like, are y'all trying to be rap or y'all trying to be rock? But at the same time, y'all melded them both together to where it's like I can see both. I can see why you gravitate between black people and freaking white people with this shit. Yeah. Because the cats that like rock music, and then the cats that like rap music will definitely come and hear this shit because it sounds good to their eyes. But when you had Jay-Z with that shit, I have a whole collision. That's my shit. I love that. I love listening to that. I can constantly listen to that, even on the work day. Like the shit is so good. And it's just we mix other songs, but with rap. Like I said, with rhyme schemes in there, like I love that. I think that's one of the best creations I've ever listened to when I was in high school to college. I was just bumping that music. But before I do get off the music thing, I will say this: I think every one of those artists I've ever listened to, I think they had a hand in making me feel a particular type of way, but also making me understand. Like I actually hear the work y'all put in for this shit. Like I really did. Like I put in work. It wasn't just I hear a song and that's the end of it. I'm like, blood, sweat, and tears. I wanted to come up with this music and actually getting a break to become great as y'all did is something crazy. I tell my friend even this. I even go to the K-pop boys, some of the K-pop boys, and I hear their stories before they even grew up. Like these motherfuckers were struggling before they can even get somewhere. And I'm like, that struggle exists over there too.
Yeah.
to get to that top. Like, you're telling me these boys was in like one bedroom apartment, and they wouldn't eat. One wouldn't eat the other day. One would eat the other day. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You know,
Crazy. Like
one
they would.
thing, one thing that I since we're talking about like influence, art influencing life, universal teachings, you can see them in almost every culture, every language, every society. There's usually a universal through line that you can find for the best things, the ones that are most easily acceptable. And one thing that I really like and that I admire about Japanese culture, especially through anime and shit like that, it kind of emphasizes the notion of hard work and incremental progress. You know, like you start today doing one thing and you do that every day for a little bit, and a month passes, and now you're different from when you started. I mean, that is such a simple concept. You know, that single step, you know, in a long journey, it's a very simple concept. You've heard it 100 times, but when you actually do it in life, it makes more sense to you, and you don't see that a lot. You definitely don't see that in American culture. You don't see that.
Like I said, I don't see the love, the determination, and the passion. I don't see it at all.
I don't see that at all. I mean, and I'm not a kid because
it seems like they're more willing. Like what I said earlier. I think they're more prone. Sorry about that, guys. Ant was on my freaking table, weird. But they're more prone to uplift their people with their music, and like I said, you just resonate so much with it, and that's why I said like to be in a place that uplifts you, but also that, like I said, uplift their people. They want you to be the best version of themselves, and it does give you hope. Like I think their music gives you hope, like genuinely gives you hope. And I hear the true music on now, I don't hear hope. All I hear is that you motherfuckers are talking about the same shit over and over. Now, granted, that might be appealing. I'm gonna say this. Some millions out there, that's appealing to y'all. For me, an old school cat, we're gonna say old school cat, but a 90s cat, I don't resonate with that shit at all. There's more shit back in the day that I agree with, and more so that I resonate with than I resonate with freaking going on now. And none of y'all motherfuckers will talk about anything progressive.
The thing is,
even if it is, it's the same drug shit, sex, money shit I hear. I don't hear anything about y'all trying to uplift y'all brothers. Now, if somebody said a line, said like, yo, I'm trying to uplift my brothers out there, man, trying to help me and be all this, things like that, like stuff like that. And I said, bag on some old artists, if you will, but at least that motherfucker didn't follow the trend like y'all fell on the trend. Yeah. Now, granted, yes, we're in different times and quote unquote that, but it's not for the better, in my opinion. But that's why I said none of that shit is progressive. So
there might be. I'm pretty sure that music like that exists today, but
it's hard to find.
You would have to search so far and deep. You have to be like when I was deeply into hip hop back in. I would have one foot in the underground and one foot in the mainstream. So I was listening to mixtapes and underground stuff at the same time as people like Biggie was releasing this stuff, you know, Tupac and then Wu-Tang. In those earlier days, I had before that happened, there wasn't a lot of places that you could hear rap music all the time. So I had to search for it, and I just stayed in that habit. So as music got more universal and rap music started to spread, the underground kind of fell back to the side, and the mainstream stuff took over. But I always had an ear for the underground. So I'm sure there's an underground that exists right now, but I'm not in it. And I'm sure that the messages that we're talking about probably exist in certain songs, but we're not hearing it because it's not popular enough to get past the mindless stuff that dominates right now. So it's kind of a waste of time. Back then, the stuff that had substance was more popular. The stuff that had...
I really believe. I think it had more substance and it was more prominent in our culture, and it was about lifting and pushing people. That was more outside. Giving the soul of our people when they're... I want to cut you off, but I think it's important when I say this part. I want you to go after this. I think, like, when we dance with our significant other and some of those old school type jazz beats, like, it's us singing it. Mm-hmm. Our people actually singing about us, pushing us, and actually making us feel good, because I'm like, it feels good because it's one of our own that's actually out there, like, really making something for themselves, but also saying that, yo, this is what we have created, y'all. One of us made it. Let's dance to that shit. I think as we dance, I'll say this. I always should think this. If we dance to the music that we created, that's us congratulating that person, celebrating that person's success. They might be celebrated in a different way, but we're celebrating by dancing. Because this is not just because it's bumping. It's just like it's what we know, and things like that. And you integrated what you lived into a particular music form, so that we can dance our feet off to it. That's how I see that. And yes, guys, like I said, I've been born in the 80s and the 70s, but trust me, if I was, I'd probably been dancing my damn feet off at that time. So please believe, like I said, because there's some bangers I had to listen to or just be singing to, because people just knew how to sing. They have voices. And like I said, I think for me, when it died out for me, when did I start listening to it less? I'm thinking somewhere around like I would hear singles of something, and maybe it'll be like a one hit wonder that was off. I think around after college, because kind of like the Korean and Japanese music just took me over, and dubstep, of course, the point time that took me over for a minute, and just stole me from the music over here, because I was just resonating with it more. And I'm not talking about just off the anime. I'm talking about actually looked up artists, looked up Overworld, looked up freaking 1OK Rock. I love 1OK Rock. Actually, let me get to R&B and artists. Let me get into them. Freaking Lugs and Jira. That motherfucker is damn near freaking almost a Neo over there. The way he's singing and making his beats and shit, I'm like, dude, he's awesome to listen to. Freaking Azu makes pop and R&B, Japanese R&B. Shit is freaking awesome, amazing. Shit is all R&B. Like the girl I told you that sing English and Japanese, like she's fucking amazing. I love listening to her shit. Like she literally has a freaking song called "In My Hood." And I'm bumping. I'm like, yo, this is good. And not to mention, I translated everything she said. I'm like, yo, this is good.
You know what? You know who I used to listen to? Yeah. And this is when I was watching Full Metal Alchemist, the first one. Asian Kung Fu Generation,
yeah. Oh, dude, I love Rewrite. That's one of my favorite songs.
Siren is my joint with that beat.
Yeah,
oh man, I love it.
Sounds good. And I tell people After Dark is so freaking good. I love that. That's a good song. Such a good song. Like I said, Asian Kung Fu Generation. And I tell people you gotta go to the old animes and hear their songs.
Yeah.
Really hear those songs, because I have a lot of them old ones. Because
they was all over Naruto. They was all over Full Metal. Asian Kung Fu Generation did songs for like 4 different animes.
They did a lot for the series. Aqua Times. Love Aqua Times.
I remember Aqua Times. Yeah.
Dude. Aqua Times has some freaking bangers people don't know about.
They did.
Oh man, I could go back and listen to that one they made for the Naruto one. I'm like, that shit's so good. And not to mention, it's perfect. That's one of those ones where I've seen the music video. The music video literally plays through my head because I've seen it one time, and it adds more. Like I said, I think it's one of those songs that when you listen to the music video on top of it, it adds even more impact to it. Because I've always felt that way when I listen to Eminem shit. Just some songs, just when people have listened to Stand and things like that. And I guess Eminem, that was another motherfucker that made really good music that I liked at the time.
Yeah.
So it's just like I said, whenever you like go back to the generation prior, I think there's always some stuff that was good that you never noticed that was good until you listen to it later on. And not even just that, just jazz too. Like instrumental jazz where nobody sings, I fucking love that. I just love it. Like just because I want to hear the instruments.
Yeah.
That's why. The sound is what matters to me. So and I don't know if it's a personal thing for me. But of course I have to listen to the lyrics and things like that. But when it's just like instrumental or similar to listen to in the background here, I like to hear all the instruments. So like just literally make the noise that I hear. That makes each little part so symmetrical to the actual form.
Yeah.
And that's what makes music for me when you do stuff like that. But whenever Japanese get their hands on something, they just freaking we'll put this together, and then trust me, I'm not gonna say there ain't no flops. There's a couple, but not like as many as you think there are. But when it's like ones that actually works, that's not off tone, off beat, I'm like, dude, I can just bump my head to this. This is really, really good. or if it's an opening that you don't want to skip, that's how you know you love it because you're not skipping that shit. And I tell people, listen, I only skip openings if it's not good or if I don't just resonate with it or if it's just okay, it's fine. When it's something that I can bump to, I'll never skip it. So I mean, that's just me, in my opinion.
Don't forget, don't forget Yoko Kano.
Yoko Kano. I know you're talking about. For freaking Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah. And Ghost in the Shell. And plenty others that I haven't seen. Jesus, she's a genius.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on the Jubies. Love those. Love that music. That if that doesn't tell you, that actually probably impacted a culture at a time. What they're the sounds that they were using. Love the Jubies from Samurai Champloo's. I actually have their album on my iPad. Actually, a lot of them over there.
Samurai Champloo has I think it's 3 soundtracks, 3 different music soundtracks for Samurai Champloo. I think.
Yeah.
And Cowboy Bebop got like 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, but they both.
All I gotta say is the real folk blues. That's my shit. When
I first saw Samurai Champloo, and I got the sound. I used to play that soundtrack all the time. That first one that had the theme song from the show. I used to play that shit all the time. It's just a cool album. Just sit
hey man, you gotta do it. This is just what you gotta do. And I tell everybody when you get a new soundtrack. Oh yeah, by the way, and guys, I will say this, guys. Another freaking soundtrack that I do like that came out 2 years ago was I think it was three, but I think it's 2 because it came out 2020. Was the movie Promare, and that whole OST for that shit is fucking awesome. And that's another Sawano Hiroyuki freaking creation.
Which movie?
It's called Promare, like Promare. And it's the same. It's made by Studio Trigger, the same people who made Kill la Kill. Freaking Gurren Lagann, Going into Franks, like they made a lot of Kids in the Video. They made a lot of stuff. By Witch Academia, they made a lot of stuff that I like. What was that? Space Patrol Luluco. That shit's freaking hilarious. I love that shit. Shit.
What do you call it? Stampede, Trigun Stampede. The intro and outros is good to that too. I like that.
Guys, you gotta check that out. Now, I ain't listening it. Now, I tell people there might be some anime I don't watch, but I don't mean I check out the Elven Endings, but that's another song that I can add to my damn list. Because I'll show everybody here right now. I got past 900 tracks on this damn thing. It says 900, but it's actually past that because I went past it. This shit is 128 gigabytes on this damn phone, and I have nothing but freaking music on here. Too much. Too much, man. Too much. You all see that? You see how long this damn thing is? I got too much. I got like everything in there. That's not just openings. That's like Japanese, like R&B. That's old school rap in there. I have all that in there. No, I don't got it organized. I got it on random. Whatever's on there, hey, whatever. First thing I listen to. So
there's a guy who did the intro song for Trigun Stampede. I think his name is KV Baba or something like that. KVI Baba. And he's a Japanese rap artist. Just rap. Like he does he rhymes like cats rhyme now. He's like, rap artists nowadays they sing and they rhyme like Bone Thugs and Harmony. He does that also, but it's all in Japanese and the production is superb. Very nice beats, very good music. That cat, just based off of that. The intro and outro to Trigun Stampede is worth watching it for that by itself. Just for them 2 songs. Yeah.
I just wrote that down now, just now. I can just go listen to that later. And like I said, there's a lot of so many artists out there to listen to in Japan. Like I said, you have your whole work cut out for you, but for me, bro, I have a whole iPod. I just put them on my iPad, bro. I'm about to keep all this shit. There's a reason why I like to be alive and listen to all these songs and gather as much as I can. Because even I tell people something like even in some of the romance ones that they make, there was one that I watched. Freaking, I think it was 2 lineups ago. That ending was freaking R&B. It's just a motherfucker, and I fucked with that shit. That girl was singing. I'm like, I was like, I gotta get that shit. That shit is bumping. Like I need that. So you know, like I said, that's why it's always important. I tell people it's always important to listen to that opening and that ending because you be missing on a good song. Another cat I forgot to mention, Simo. That's his name, Simo. Simo, yeah, he made it. Yeah, he be rapping. He be rapping. He's old, but I remember I used to listen to him around. He used to be in Naruto endings and things like that. He put him in a romance one. I'm like, yo, that song is bumping, bro.
Oh,
like he be on his shit.
Another group.
Yeah, Digimon too. That was another guy
from the from Vinland Saga. The cat who made the intro to Vinland Saga is a group called Survive Said the Prophet. Just based off of that song, I wouldn't heard other stuff that they made, and they actually are very. The best song that I heard from them is not from any anime. It's just some stuff off their album. It's really they're good. They sing in English and Japanese most of the time in the same song. Like they'll have, I'll say 15% Japanese and the rest and the 85% English in a lot of their songs. So of course it's better for me because I can understand it. But the instrumentation, the music behind it, very good, and inspiration at the same time. So I can mess. And I
like stuff like that. So. Like so for me, like guys, and people think like it's just all R&B with me. Like guys, there's other songs that I like that have emotion to it, things like that. I tell everybody right now, legit and freaking Wuthering With You, that OST they played, literally, and I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you, but there's one particular part where they play a freaking song, and that song just hits for me, and it's just like that's what life is about. That's what life is about. That's how you impact the song and make it incredible. You build up to it, and then the beat drops, and I'm like, wonderfully composed. Freaking, that's one of my favorites. I actually have that damn. I do have that damn song on my fucking phone. The whole OST.
You watched Hajime no Ippo, right? You watched that.
Oh, right? Yeah, I know what you're about to say. Yeah, I watched Hajime no Ippo.
There's a song called "The Weight of My Pride."
Weight of My Pride. Yeah, I got that song on my phone too, bro.
Okay. So you know who I'm talking about. That group. What is that group called again?
Dudes, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a lot of respect for those.
The cat who sings on that song. He sings English and Japanese. He passed away recently, and that kind of pissed me off. I found out about it after he died. So that group isn't around anymore. I'm trying to remember the name of the group. Damn, I can't remember. Let me look it up real quick because I don't want it to go.
Shout out to that cat.
That group.
That was an amazing band. That's an amazing band. I used to listen to a good amount of that shit. That Takashi Ippo shit is inspirational like Rocky. I'm gonna be real.
Definitely. Pay Money to My Pain. That's the name of the group. Pay Money to My Pain. Weight of My Pride. And again, one of my favorite songs is that, but the other song that I love that they made is not even on a anime or anything like that. It's just one of their albums.
Right. There was one song that I did like because it seemed very Rocky-ish, like because it's like Ippo is actually becoming similar to like a freaking beginner Rocky. After he has his first W, like his title win, he got his belt and everything. And he's just trying to figure out what does it mean to have strength? What does it mean to be a winner? What does it mean to be a champion? And he's trying to figure out the answer to this. Like he's getting knocked. Listen, you can easily say no. I mean, he got the taste knocked out of his head like a couple of times. Because to ask that, that'd be funny if somebody said that. But it's just like him actually wanting to know the answer. And then this OST plays. I'm like, wow, they're. I don't care if anyone says you can say dramatic. You can say it's freaking epic. For me, it's very impactful. Like I said, because I've seen the Rocky movies. When I watch all of Hajime no Ippo, it's just like, bro, this is there. It's like it captures the essence of boxing for me. I think they did, and I think they did good with what they were given.
I agree.
And it's not superpower. It's just motherfuckers, men going mano a mano in the ring to see who has the bigger punch. And also, like I said, you're fighting against yourself in the ring. They say that a lot in boxing, which is true. You need to be able to get outside your shit and just knock that motherfucker on the floor. Hey, like what Capri said, I'm about to knock his ass on that floor. Those are my favorite lines. I'm about to knock him on the floor. and that's why I love Rocky and Creed so much, and Hajime Ippo, because they encompass the essence of boxing, essence of man's fighting against nature, and also wanting you to push yourself. And that's why I tell everybody, that's why you should go to the gym. That's why you should do things to keep yourself healthy. Be the best version of yourself.
Did you
your best is enough.
Did you seen the new one? Because I didn't see it yet.
Oh, 3? Yeah, 3 was very anime like. And
that's what I heard.
Yeah, he took a lot of inspiration from anime. And he might have watched Hajime no Ippo, probably, dude. The way he was doing that shit, yo. And I'm like, yo, respect to my man Michael B. Jordan. I think I'll give him an 8.5 for directing that movie. Because he did good with what he was given. It was his first try doing it. I give him credit. I give him a lot of credit for that. I just want the brother to be successful and just keep leveling up. And that's a W for our people right there, in my opinion. Because I think he's the better part of our people personally. In general, what he sends out and accomplishes and does. He's not out there being a rapper doing that nonsense. He's actually going out and actually trying to do things. Now, one rapper I do respect is Nipsey Hussle. I never really listened to his stuff, but I heard about what he did for his people, his community and things like that. I'm like, that shit hurt when he left. I'm like, damn. Yeah, he's actually doing shit. A lot of rappers don't do that. Get back to the community. He was actually establishing his business, helping out, like, dude, all that. Once you do that to me, then it's like you're more than just a rapper. You're actually trying to be a little bit more than that. And you're trying to be kind of like, I want to say the template to what kids can actually want to aspire to be. Maybe not more so a rapper or so, but just a better person.
Right.
To build yourselves up. So that's why I say whenever, like I said, respect to cats of our people, respect the Japanese more to their music form. I even tell people to say respect the people who are rockers, things like that, because they push certain things on. They push people to be better versions with some of their songs, and they help them. And some of their songs actually save people's lives, or it's just things like that. So,
definitely.
so I give each form, each genre their respect. And not to mention, throw out Queen there, because another one bites the dust. That's a good plus for me. That's my shit. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, I love that, bro. Ain't no black man gonna tell me he didn't bob his head to that shit.
Of course.
Yo, that shit is. I listen to that once every Saturday, every once in a time. Like, that shit's good. So because like I said, because that sounds like something one of us people created, but it just take inspiration from us and just start playing that shit and putting the voice on a fucking beat like that. Not to mention they actually playing the instruments and we just see it. How some stuff is just composed in the freaking studio. Yeah. But I do want to give credit to one thing. I've actually seen. I tell people who have seen Kill la Kill and heard the OSTs, they actually had an orchestra make that whole thing from scratch. Literally, you can actually YouTube it. I think it's still on YouTube. They made that whole thing, and when I saw that, putting in work. They didn't need to freaking steal someone's beat to fucking do it. They literally just did it. And I really respect that about them. Like, you're actually making freaking orchestra fucking music off this shit. And then come back recording it and then putting it in a fucking CD. It's fucking crazy. Like freaking compact CD or freaking digital release. And I will say this, there are some artists you can't get, because you're in this region of America, you actually can't get your disc, like digital wise. You have to come up to be in that region to get it, or order from Japan and get it over here in CD format. But because there's one group of girls, two sisters that make some good shit you can listen to. You can YouTube them. They're called Soulhead. Them sisters got some good ass tracks.
Soulhead?
Yeah. You'll like that shit, because it's like that shit you can listen to. I'm like, damn, these girls made hit after hit. One More Time is a good song. Hold on, I gotta actually let me pull up the list real quick.
By the way, that group I mentioned before that did the song for Hajime no Ippo, Pay Money to Pain. My favorite song from them is a song called "Same as You Are."
Same as You Are, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Oh, it's such a good song, bro.
That's like my
I'm
favorite.
giving that a 10 out of 10. I put one of my pride below that, but I got that one probably number one, to be honest. And that's just because to me, I'm always a fan of drums and sound.
Yeah.
But tell me what, like, I'll say this. I got a guitar and a drum bias, and a saxophone bias. If anybody plays a saxophone in like jazz or things like that, like, bro, you won me over, bro. Because I think
my thing is
you can't have jazz without a saxophone to me.
My thing is strings and drums and strings. When,
Okay.
A lot of times when they throw some strings in there from a cello or violin, it's usually not in orchestral music. They just throw it in there, and then you sound like, hold up, is that a violin? Did I hear? Is that a cello I hear in the background? That when you use that at the right time, changes the.
Oh, they got like a flute in there or some shit.
Yeah, man, it's like a good element to add to it. That always catches me.
All right, I found it. Hold on, because I had it in a playlist that I saved. And guys, and by the way, guys, I do have Japanese old school music that sounds a little bit like ours. So, but listening to them, and that's pretty good so far. There's like a few that are bangers for me. I'm like, yo, this is really, really good. And I'm like, I can see how our music sounds similar. There
was a song at the end of was it Megaloboxer?
I know you're talking about Megalobox.
Yeah, at the end of the end, and it was like a rap song, but it was really cool. I think that was the show. It was just, I remember just the images, this diesel dude walking around, just some brolic dude walking around and shit. I wonder if it was Megalobox. I don't think it was Megalobox. It was another one, another fighting anime.
I know what you're talking about.
You know you
talking about like a song at the very, very end?
Yes. I just can't remember the name of the anime. It came out like 2 years ago. I have to look it up. I'll get back to you on that. But I'm gonna go find that shit. I actually have it. I gotta go look it up.
I think it might have been Megalobox. Oh yeah, Wins. Wins. That's the male version group. They have like hits. Yo, I've been listening to them for a good minute. I'm looking for. Oh yeah, Ashita. That's the song from Soul Head. Ashita. Ashita. Yeah, that's a good one. Hold on.
Nice.
Might make sure I mute myself. Hold on. Yep, that's the one. Yep, Ashita. Soul Head Ashita. That's the one. And also there's another one called there's another song. This is one of the albums I wanted to buy. It was Jump Up the Wall. This is the cover for the album.
Oh, go right there. Let me see. Okay, yeah, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna when I go over there, I'm gonna have to try to find that damn CD and just be like, hey man, shit. That's why I just want to keep it digital or the CD of it at least.
Yeah, I hear you.
But Wings is another one. They got some good shit. I like them. Daichi Miura. That motherfucker. If you talk about actual like step dance like type songs, like Daichi Miura is what you want to listen to. He's the one that did that song for Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie. That Blizzard song. Yeah, that shit. That's a bump. You can bump to that song. That's a good one. I got more, but oh yeah, Ellie, she's good. Miss Oja, she's good.
Did you see what was it called? Eminence in Shadow? You saw that recently?
Oh yeah, dude. I actually have a video dropping about that. Me and my buddy Jericho, we did a whole stream for that. I'm gonna drop that for you guys sometime soon. We did that like 2 weeks ago, and we're gonna be doing one, another one for this current one that came out, Oshino Ko, that Idol one that we talked about. It's because there's gonna be like 3 people on that panel, and then we're gonna talk about multiple things on top of that. But that's one of the things we're gonna talk about. But yeah, Eminence in the Shadow is really, really good. Need a continuation of that, which we will be getting. We'll be getting in season 2. I need to see the rest of this dude's freaking like hired female bodyguards. I need to see the shit. there were two that don't get shown a lot in there.
Yeah,
and we were and that's in the video that we did. But There was a chick with the wolf ears and the tail that I fucked with a lot. But the one that was like went full on like she had a six pack or some shit. We're fucking. I'm like, damn, she look good. And she was like, then I said, she about to kill these fools. but yeah, that's a good series. I recommend it to everybody. But I'm glad we got into the music talk. I'm glad we got into that because I want to touch some R&B every now and then to set up with a brother. Right. But Mr. CKC, what got you in anime particularly?
Well, what got me into it? Back in the day when I was young, this is 70s, right? When I was little, I noticed the quality of cartoons that I was watching, and then suddenly I saw something that was completely different. You could tell, like, American studio animation, the everyday thing, you know, garbage ass Super Friends, and just the Super Friends looking all. I mean, even as a kid, I was like, this is so corny. I don't know. For some reason in my mind, like, oh, it doesn't look good to me. And when you're watching the show and you see it a lot, you can see the mistakes in it from cartoons and stuff. I actually saw this cartoon at the time. It was called Battle of the Planets, and it was a 5-person team, 4 dudes and a chick, and they had vehicles, they had weapons and stuff like that, and they were kind of like superheroes. The actual name of the show from Japan was called Gotcha Man. I didn't know anything about that back in the day. I just know it looked cool. I just really liked the way it looked and how they was fighting, and they had ninja weapons and stuff like that. So after I got older, they stopped showing that on TV. I was always curious, where did that come from? I started to look for it. There was board games that came out back then, and I went and got the board game, and I was trying to figure out who made this, where it came from, basically from a child to when I got an adult. I had 2 animes that I didn't know was an anime back in the day that I seen on broadcast television. I was in New York, so it was Channel 11 WPIX, and they used to show Battle of the Planets, which was G-Force also, but it was actually Gotcha Man. And then actually the other one was Robotech, which we know as Macross.
Yeah.
You know, those 2, Robotech actually affected me more because it was like a soap opera, an animated soap opera, which I wasn't used to. I never seen that before. You know, a daily thing of this happened today and tomorrow's going to conclude, and this woman is in love with this dude and this dude is feeling that chick, and it was a whole soap opera thing. So that really affected me. When I got old enough to connect with people that were similar to me, I was working with this cat, and he's like, have you ever been to a comic book convention? I said, no. So yeah, well, they have them every month at this place in blah, blah, blah in New York. So I went to one, and while I was there looking for animation, the old stuff that I used to watch, like Battle of the Planets and Robotech, that's when I got put on to subtitles. That's the first time I seen a subtitle anime, you know, and they had videotapes. This is back in the videotape days, right? They had video. The first one I bought was Midnight Eye Goku. I had that. I had Evil Dragon War Chronicles, which I don't even know if people even know about that one.
Okay.
And then after that, I found a comic book shop called Wow Comics, and they had videotapes in there that were already translated into English, because they had made, I think it was Steam Pipe Pictures or something with Steam in it. But they were the ones responsible for doing the American translations of Crime Freeman and Fist of the North Star. And I bought those tapes. And those were already in English, but it got me into like knowing that there's stuff out there that exists that they actually bring up here. So once I found the original Gotcha Man, and I found the original Robotech joints, I just kept going further. And that's really what started that anime journey, to know that this is Japanese, it came from Japan, and there's a hell of a lot more out there. Also back in the day was Speed Racer. But Speed Racer was so crazy. Yeah, the American translation with that rapid fire talk, but he was talking mad fast. Like, Speed, what are you doing over there? Is this that crazy? I didn't take it as serious. Although people was getting killed in that show, and it was car crashes and murders and all of that. It was, I didn't really take it as serious, but
they were actually. There was just, I'll be honest, you deal with a lot of people don't understand. back in the day, you can get away with a lot of that old stuff in cartoons. That's why I like old cartoons a little bit. They do get with so many dirty jokes that that fly over your head when you're a kid.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, I get it. I get them now. I'm like, yo, did you just say what he just? Yo, get out of here. Get out of here. It's just
Speaking of old cartoons, back when Cartoon Network first came out, they used to show a lot of Johnny Quest episodes from back in the day.
Yeah,
Johnny Quest used to kill people every episode. Yeah, people was dying on that show. I had no idea.
Wait. There was one. I think there were two different versions. There was the old version, and then there was the one they did when he went into that Tron like looking thing.
Yeah. I'm talking about the old one, the original.
The original one. Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
People used to get killed in that, and I was like, oh, they did it. They had one where they was trying to get away in a boat.
Yeah.
And a big explosion took off behind them. And one of the kids was like, what was that? And the body goes like, that was the end of such and such. Just letting you know he died. You know, and that always fascinated me. I was like, wow, people.
Oh, that's good, man. Like I remember shows like I tell people like say I don't really care for Birdman all much. I like Space Ghosts. Like Space Ghosts is good. Yeah. Space Ghosts, Centurions. That's my shit. The Triceratops thing that would shoot rock bullets out of his horn. Then you have the blue slime creature, and then you have the freaking dragon that had to shoot the eyes.
I think those were wasn't they called
the Herculoid?
Humanoid, the Herculoids.
Herculoid, yeah. And then Centurions are different. Yeah, I know. Okay. Guys, please forgive me. I do get them to fuse up a little bit because Centurions and the Herculoids are a little bit different. But yeah. Oh, what is that? Frankenstein Jr.? That motherfucker? Yeah. What was that? That giant, did this kid would freaking like open up a freaking ring in his power room?
Mm-hmm.
Or, what's that genie with the ring and shit? Yeah. Kazam or Shazam?
Kazam.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, now I'm not talking about Shaq Kazam. I'm talking about there was this.
More Hanna-Barbera.
I had to bring it up one time. But let me say this. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, Shaq. But they would have the rings and they would summon him, and then he's a powerful like genie and things like that, and they would help solve them their problems and things like that, and like just take care of the problems. Mm-hmm. And guys, yes, we know about Captain Planet and all that. It's very similar to that. The difference, like old ones are like if I said Space Ghost, that was another one. Yeah, Birdman is lame. I don't care what anyone says. He's lame as hell. And I've mentioned
the new Birdman was good though.
Yeah. Only because he was a weak ass version of Superman.
He was funny. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law was just jokes, yo. I used to sit there and laugh.
Attorney at Law. Attorney at Law. Okay.
And that opening theme.
Hey man, listen. I tell people, listen, I'll watch freaking Aqua Teen Hunger Force, man. Before I watch freaking just the original Birdman, but Birdman Attorney Law may be more funnier, I'll say that. But just the Birdman show, hell no, I'll watch them up. I just wasn't feeling it. All the other stuff was good. What Pirates of the Dark Water was good. SWAT Cats, that's my shit. I got the SWAT Cats on my terabyte. That's my shit. I love SWAT Cats. I F with those cats, bro. They're serious, man. Honestly, they're chill. That's why I know the reason why I like them. They're like cool as shit, and they're basically vigilante superheroes that I fuck with. I'm like, I fuck with that. If that motherfucker gonna let us fly, we'll do it our way, man, and then just do shit that we know is good.
No doubt.
And it's not the whole Playboy by night nonsense. They're a bunch of mechanics. That's what they are.
Yeah,
and they got all the resources that you need to build some stuff up from all the stuff that's around them, and I like that. That's one of those reasons why I like that. They were smart, and they're damn good pilots.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the like I love the intro. That rock freaking opening, like that's my shit. Love that. But yeah, man, all those old school cartoons that some people like said, they're good in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. Even with freaking wacky races. Silly, it's meant to be wacky.
Yeah.
Like you know one thing that I answered to myself that I'm older now. They didn't even finish that goddamn race. It just seems they be they're just randomly racing forever. I'm like, dude, the motherfuckers is in a limbo. That's when I came to conclusion. Y'all niggas is in limbo. They're just repeating the same freaking track or some shit like that. Because I was wondering, like, they don't even like have a winner. I'm like, no, it's just called that. What was that? Pink Panther, Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's another one I used to watch. Like all those old stuff I used to watch. Like they're freaking really, really good to watch. Oh, Secret Squirrel, Adam Ant. Adam Ant, I was fun with Adam Ant. That was my shit. This little ass ant is like fucking like just a smaller version of Superman, and he just flies really fast. He leaves like a dust trail.
Yeah.
And he's just like freaking like has a helmet on it. He has like a football helmet on it. it's just like lifting motherfuckers. I was just like, yo, this dude is like I fuck with it. That's what I mean. Those old cartoon shorts are fucking good. Like I love them. Because I used to fuck with the people who have powers. Is what I like. As a kid, like as a boy, you're just attracted to the dumbass who has the freaking superhuman strength that doesn't know how to use it correctly, or he's just using it and he's just like showing off. Like we all like that. As boys, we just like that. And I'm like, makes sense. Because I wanted that shit. But you know, like I said, I think for me, like I said, the reason why I got so much respect for the old school is because I was born in it and because I watched so much. Where I was like, all the Looney Tunes are fucking hilarious. All the Tom and Jerry is fucking makes me cry, laugh. Like, just so stupid. Oh, those
cats was high back in the day. You know they was on something to make them things happen.
Somebody was smoking.
Oh, please, they had to.
They had to.
X Avery, the dudes who did Warner Brothers, the dudes who did Tom and Jerry, they were sick. Yo, sick in the head dudes. Yo, them shits are still funny. To this day, I'm laughing.
Why they so funny? I don't understand why it's making me cry, laugh. Like, bro. Oh man, he said you gotta pay the penalty, bro. What the whoop your ass? Oh, this is funny, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, there was one where Bugs Bunny was dressed as a conductor for an opera because this motherfucker was fucking with him, and then he just had this scream his voice box out. Oh, this shit had me rolling. I'm just done. I was like, stop. This is so funny. I don't even watch Chopper, but this shit is so funny whenever I hear that noise.
That Tom and Jerry, they did a not Tom and it was a Tom and Jerry cartoon, but they wasn't in it. I forgot what they called it.
No. I don't think they ever did a crossover with that one.
Nah, you know that like Tom and Jerry, like I forgot it was an MGM cartoon. They had Tom and Jerry, but they had other characters in it.
Yeah,
and there was one with the
with the conductor. I actually remember Tom and Jerry kids where they had Droopy, they had all the other dogs. I'm talking about the
old ones. They had one where there was a conductor in front of it was a guy, he was a magician and he wanted to perform on stage with an opera singer.
Yeah.
And he asked the opera singer for a job and when he kicked him out. So to get revenge on the opera singer, he took the place of the conductor with his magic wand and he started messing with him while he was singing on stage. That cartoon is one of the fun. When I was a kid, I was in tears, and I seen it recently. It had the same effect on me. That is Jokes. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called. I was supposed to do a video on that because that shit is so funny.
Yeah, that shit.
But it's hard to find because there's some parts in it that's kind of racist. Like there was a dude in the audience who wasn't feeling the opera singer, so he took out his fountain pen and squirted him with black ink. And his face got covered with black ink, and he turned into like Al
blackface joke.
Yeah, blackface is joke. Yeah, that as bad as it is, it's funny as hell.
And they did do it back in the old school days, so we can talk about that. They did do that every once in a while, stuff like that.
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, like what else was there? Because the biggest one I think of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry just always straight go to. If you want to just not die laughing, but just like fucking get a laugh at you, you watch those ones. You either watch Toonheads or you watch the freaking old school Looney Tunes. You watch Tom and Jerry. There's another one. You can watch a pup named Scooby Doo. That shit will make you laugh.
Woody
Classic Scooby Doo does make me laugh every now and then, but not like pup named Scooby Doo. That shit is fucking like on. I don't want to use the term, but it's on AIDS.
You know what I like? I used to watch the original, like the first 2 seasons of Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
And I used to love how Shaggy and Scooby was always terrified, but when the monster would come around, they would fuck with him. They would do shit with him. Like they would take the monster out of his character.
They would leave him on and let him chase him all over the place.
Yeah, like put a dress on him and have him participate in the foolishness to get away from you. That used to have me laughing so hard. Jokes.
Yeah. I won't lie, man. Like, Scooby-Doo was ahead of his time. That shit is just fucking hilarious. I just upon that Scooby-Doo is just like fucking hilarious because Zombo with a big ass clown is fucking hilarious. Oh my god, bro. That Monster Mountain shit is funny. Oh fuck, that shit is hilarious. Like I tell guys like, I can watch a whole day of that. A day of cartoon. Like let's say this. If I had a paid day off, I would watch that whole shit. Just chill with my girl. I'd watch that whole shit. I'm probably going to to the hospital though. To that shit, because my chest gonna hurt if I laugh too much or too hard, bro. Cause I really told my friend, I like, bro, I laughed so hard my fucking chest hurt, bro. I was like, fuck. And I said, I laughed too hard, man. That shit hurt. But it's funny though. It's just, and I'll say this: I rather laugh in pleasure than in pain because it's not funny. But like shit, like I said, shit like this, like people just knew what they were making with Johnny Bravo, Cat Dog, freaking Hey Arnold. All those old school cartoons are just so damn good. They have watchable credibility. I tell people watch Hey Arnold. There's a lot of adult themes that they covered in there.
Yeah.
Static Shock. We watch Static Shock. That's about our culture. Covered everything. People who can't read, getting the drug gang life.
Yeah.
Gang banging, all that.
I love that. That's the only cartoon that I've seen that really captured how people used to dress back in the day with baggy pants and all that. I love the character designs of Static. It was beautiful. Yeah,
me too. Now, if I'm not now, I can't listen. I don't live in Dakota, guys. Y'all tell me. I don't know if all that went down in Dakota, but if it did, let me know because I'm ignorant to that. I don't know. I'll definitely research and look. But yeah, it did capture the essence of like what? Yeah, of our culture, living. It did. I can't even joke.
Kat, I hate to cut you off, but I got the other commitment. It just started. Well, it started like a half hour ago, so I need to go jump in and do that.
Oh no, I got you, brother. Thank you for being on today, bro. I'm glad we got to talk more often than not about freaking music, anime, and freaking just old school cartoons. You know what it is, man. Just let me know next time you're free, man. I'll try to make sure this is more concise the next time. Okay. But I'm glad we got to talk and just shooting the shit to actually get them each other's likes and dislikes too. If anything, but before you do go, you spare like 50 seconds. What do you think of the new anime Isekai Cheat Skill, the one I've been reviewing so far? That's your feeling?
Well, I liked it. I mean, the Isekai, genre has been really, really, really popular in the last 2 years, as you know. It's like almost flooding the market, and not all of them is the highest of quality. But I still like it. If I had to gorge on one type, I guess it would be this one. So I'm not complaining. The one that just came out, that cheat skill joint, I like it. I wish there was more.
More action. I think the action. I'll say this. I think the action is coming. More and more is going to be coming. The only difference between this is he can go back from world to world. That's what's making it more unique. Because when they stay there, they stay there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there doing this, trying to get my fix. I'm waiting to get more. I can't wait for more to come out.
I'm waiting because I'm pretty sure I'm expecting something epic to happen too, and I'm expecting to get better as a character. Because like I said, I'm actually enjoyed reviewing, giving reviews of each episode. I can't wait for the next episode because I think that's going to be an action episode. And also, dude, I ain't never seen a dude that was a chick back like this of this kind.
Yeah.
This dude, you remember the last episode 3? Every girl in the shopping mall is looking at this motherfucker. Just crazy. I'm just like, bro. I'm like, if I was him, I'd actually run. I'm like, dude, like you got too many girls left in that for you, boy. And the crazy thing is, I'm actually glad he has the personality he has. Give any of us that freaking personality, bro. We go to town. Let's just say that. So I'm just saying, we would. I'm older now, so I wouldn't do that. I was 18. Oh hell yeah, I'm about to swim in the ocean. Screw that. But other than that, my man, thank you for joining me, bro. Guys, please subscribe to my man KCK Entertainment. You can find his channel based right off his name here. And also, look forward to the next quote unquote one-on-one talk that we all have. This has been your boy Jay Takashi and my man CKC Entertainment. You guys have a great night. And, well, actually, afternoon. We in the afternoon now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say nighttime. We in the evening. So konbawa, peace out, and see you.